What's going on, everybody? Trader Bryce here. Welcome to Small Cap Recap. Happy Monday. Hopefully you guys are having a great start to your week, or whenever you're watching this. Maybe you're watching it tomorrow. Maybe you're watching it 2 weeks from now. However, whatever day you're on, I don't care. I hope you're having a great day. Listen, I haven't been doing a lot of trading lately. I've been living my life outside of the market a little bit, doing some work. Actually, for those of you guys in Small Cap Rockets, I know you already know it. But I'm working on like a video series for you guys, like a whole in-depth, well, kind of in-depth, short videos that you can be watching to kind of just get a little bit of understanding as to, some of my favorite tools, my favorite setups, all that stuff. It's like going to be a very unorganized video series. I'll keep putting stuff out, but I have a bunch I'm working on filming first, and then they'll start rolling out. So that's been something I've been working on a lot lately, which I'm pretty excited for. Who knows how long it'll take. But I want to make sure it's good. I want to make sure it's helpful, and that's been a big part of just kind of filling my day a little bit. And again, just being outside. It's summertime. The market's slow. Been doing a bit of walking and whatnot. But anyways, I'm not going to get too far into that because I want to go over some charts as well as kind of my thoughts on the market, as we always do. Things that are moving today. You know the drill. So with that being said, let's go on over into the charts. We're going to start off as we do oftentimes with, the S&P 500. How do I switch this bad boy again? Oh yeah, there we go. The SPY. Now that, this is actually a pretty decent looking chart. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see here. Let's go like 5 years. I don't know. Is it a bear market rally? Maybe. This kind of, if we could even get another move like this, though, like we had right back in April. By the way, if you can't tell, I'm a little bit sick right now. Not sick. I think I'm just like, I had a runny nose, maybe a little cold or something. But when we had this fake 450 break, I would love to see like a 430 break. I don't care if it's fake or not. But we're coming up on some pretty important trend levels. We have these different little trend lines, essentially a bull flag right now. That being said, we have room to go still. We need to really get in that 430s test. This 430, if we can get there, is going to provide a lot of resistance. But if it can break through and hold and kind of be a little convincing, I wouldn't be surprised to see 440s, that test of this trend line right here. If we can start getting that, if we can kind of confirm a little bit of a market bottom, I'm really excited to see a lot of small caps start to bounce as well. But I think we're a little bit early on that. I'm not sitting here dip buying them yet. In fact, I'm still short bias for the most part, which is a big part of why I haven't been trading a whole lot. There are some bullish charts I like, but first let's get into some movers from today. We have AERC, a former, kind of like a I won't say supernova, super dumper. A super dumper. But it was, it had a really nice move here from, the low 8s up into 18s, which was a really nice move. Now, this daily isn't loading correctly, but it basically opened the day at, 250-ish. Ran up into the 5s. Really strong move, especially for this stock, which it's struggled a lot to get any momentum besides this day. But all of these attempts for it to move have been kind of just shot down and faded harder. And finally, we got some movement. So let's go on to a little, let's go 1 minute here. It wasn't much of a gapper. In fact, it wasn't a gapper. But it had really nice early morning structure with some volume, a little bit of volume, relatively speaking. Not a lot, but this is actually on my scanner. This was on my, and then for, those of you guys who are watching this / in small cap rockets, I actually just went over how this was picked up on my scanner this morning, despite it not being a gap or anything. So if you're interested, again, that will be in small cap rockets, that video, my scanners, my settings for them, and how I use them. But needless to say, this was a really, really nice mover. I would have been most interested, had I been looking to long, most interested in this area right here where we have this walk up, nothing crazy, not a lot of volume, but consistently walking up, and then we're getting consistent volume in here, some kind of accumulation above VWAP. And then we just have this, little trend right here. It's holding really well. I would have been interested. I would have been watching. I probably wouldn't have taken a stab through here, though, if I'm being completely honest. I would have waited for this high of daybreak because that's when the volume clearly was coming in. That's when there was some clear swiping action and then very similar movement through the rest of it. You know, a lot of consolidation, a lot of fake outs, and then another harsh rip here, which I wouldn't have been expecting this, honestly, after a fake high of daybreak and then a dump. Other than it holding support, wouldn't have loved it anymore. This was the cleanest move for a scalp, right? Where you basically get the 350s up into the high threes, maybe into the fours for me, for someone like me. I probably would have been selling most of my position in this consolidation and then once again in this consolidation before ultimately filling the rest or selling the rest into this dump. But it still would have been a really nice, 10, 20% scalp opportunity. And if I was really feeling it, maybe I'll stab down in the twos. But who knows? Maybe a stab through this trend break as well. But again, the volume really wasn't coming in here. This candle was had a little bit of volume, but not enough for me to want to take sides, especially in this market. So that was a really interesting mover today. I wouldn't call it a clean mover, but it was a mover. It got really choppy in here. Just a lot of manipulative feelings. Now, I am, as I've been doing, I feel like I've been doing this a little bit more in my small cap recaps. I'm going to show you guys a really solid watch, in my opinion, for the rest of the week. Maybe even, actually, I'll show you two that I like a lot that I'm going to be keeping a close eye on. Despite the overall market, I don't care what it does. These are very, in my opinion, very good watches for longs, as long as they keep holding up. I'm not going to be sitting here buying them yet. I'm not a swing trader anymore. I never really was. I was never a good one. But these are charts I'm looking at now that I'm waiting for that development. I'm waiting for them to do something. So let's go take a look at them so you guys can also see what I'm looking at. The first is HUSA. It's one of these old, energy movers from back, during the Indo run when essentially the Russia-Ukraine war started. When oil became hard to get, when oil got expensive. This is one of those low float names that just went absolutely crazy, a true supernova. Here's why I like this more than, let's say, Indo. Let's just pull it up here. We'll go through here. Okay. All right. So this, while it is holding up, kind of. Actually, we're gonna get rid of this. This one sucks. Here we go. We'll go Indo here. Well, it's like holding up in a sense. It's not nearly as bullish. It looks a lot more, in my opinion, like a descending triangle. This is much more bearish in nature. It's testing support right now and wouldn't be surprised to see a breakdown. Now, the only way I might be interested in something like Indo, which was once the the sector leader, is like a fake breakdown to like 10 and then reclaim. And again, you got to keep into consideration big picture stuff, right? Oil prices are pretty high right now. They're like at not all-time highs. They're higher than they were back here. But again, this is a low float stock, right? Like this isn't, we can't expect, okay, well, oil's really expensive, so why isn't Indo at 88? No, it's not like that. It already made a wild move. It's already, this was a $3 stock and it's at, 13. It's still up hundreds of percents from lows back before oil went crazy. But if we look at this next to HUSA kind of did exactly what I was talking about with Indo, where it had this, this descending triangle, and then it had the support break right here. We had support at the 320s, broke under 3 before reclaiming, and is now kind of doing a little multi-day cup and handle. Let's look at this multi-day chart. Let's look at a 10-day. We'll go, 15 minute. And I'm going to turn off extended hours. And we're kind of just getting this cup and handle action, right? We're getting a multi-day trend set in place right here. But we're just getting that nice cup and handle, right? We get this run up, the cup, and now the handle, and I'll be waiting for that breakout through like the 550s. That's pretty simple in my opinion. But again, the oil's getting hot again. Oil's getting expensive again. And this is something I'm definitely going to be watching over the next few days. Probably for a push up to 7 or 8. Nothing insane, but it could be a really nice multi-day run. And if it can hold up like near 10 or something, then you got some pretty crazy potential. The other one I wanted to look at was CISO. This is a cybersecurity stock. This cybersecurity was interesting. This was a sector that like a lot of traders I think were hoping / anticipating got hotter than it did because of the Russia-Ukraine war, and it just didn't. But we had some attempts, right? It tried to move with oil, and now we're perking back up though. So this was clearly like either an OTC or something or other. Don't take into consideration any of this price action. I'm just looking from here. So you kind of just have like a long-term head and shoulders, right? Where you have shoulder one, head here at like 1050, and now we're retesting this area. So if we can consolidate up in the 8s and 9s, we're going to be testing a pretty significant breakout around the $11, $10.50 to $11 area, which could be a lot of fun. So this is something a little bit longer term, I think. I'd almost want to see a few days of consolidation, maybe a week or two, but it's something I'm going to be keeping an eye on in the back of my head for the coming days, weeks, and especially if things with Russia get any worse. So anyways, those are the two I'm going to be watching. I like them a lot. I think it'll be fun. Again, those are kind of my plans for them too. What I'm looking for out of them, what I'm seeing right now. And I'm not trying to, I'm not buying right here anticipating something. I'm waiting for them. I'm getting plans ready ahead of time so that if those setups happen, I can take advantage of them. And let me show you really quick too, guys. By the way, for those of you that use StocksToTrade, you can set price alerts. So for me, I would be waiting for probably a 950 breakout, because that way we've broken over. And all you're gonna do is just add alert, and I'll just do last, and equals. I'll even just do like 940. And then if you want it to expire, when do I want to expire? I don't know. Honestly, in a case like this, probably like end of July. And you can play different sounds, then just create, you can even put a little message in here if you want. Over, head, and shoulder, pattern level, right? Create the alert, it's ready to go when that price gets over there. So again, just a little quick fun fact, fun tip if you want to add an alert in your StocksToTrade charts. That is how you do it. And you can do inverse, right? If I want it to, I don't know, last, if we want to go like same expiration, breakdown. And if we want to go like is less than 510, there we go. And so if that price falls under, then it'll let you know breakdown. And honestly, if I want to, just instead of doing that, go greater than. Whew, there we go. So anyways, that's how you do it. Just like I said, quick fun fact about using StocksTrade. So that's how you can just kind of set them ahead of time. So anyways, guys, that's all I've got for today's small cap recap. I know nothing wild happening right now, but we have a lot to look forward to, especially if this market is kind of bottomed and we can start getting those 430s on the SPY. We've talked about this a lot on these small cap recaps. I'm looking at the bigger picture market to help determine small cap momentum. And so right now we're just kind of in that mid-range. Are we at the end of a bull market or bear market rally, or are we kind of going to try to break trend and maybe start grinding up, or even just going sideways? That's kind of what I'm trying to figure out right now. I'm just going to wait and let it happen. So not going to sit here and predict. Rather, I'm going to sit here and react. Let me know if you guys are staying safe down in the comments below, how you're doing trading, and I don't know, that's about all I've got for today. So thanks for watching. Today is Monday. I will see you guys back here Wednesday. One last thing before I leave. I'm not going to be doing TUI Talk Show right now. As you can see, actually, all of my stuff, I've got my old computer right here. We're switching up and everything. I don't have the same old studio. So in the meantime, I'm going to be taking a little break from the TUI Talk Show until I get my setup done here. I get the cameras that we were using back here or set up somewhere else. But I'll be doing small cap recap in place of the TUI Talk Show for until everything's set back up. So we'll have about 3 small cap recaps a week. Let me know if you're excited for that down in the comments below. I hope you're all staying safe. I hope you are all doing wonderful, and I hope you're all studying right now. I'll see you back here on Wednesday. Later, everybody. We hope you guys enjoyed that last video. Thanks so much for watching and being a part of the StocksTrade community. We wouldn't be here without you guys. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Our goal is to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year, but we can't do it without your help. So if you enjoy what we're putting out and want to hear more, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next video.